What's going on, my creative collective? Welcome to your daily creative reading for May 11th. This is super exciting. So, Mercury retrograde kicked off yesterday. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna do great things with this. So, let's dive in for today, though. I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. All right, so as we do, we're going to start with the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives, please, and thank you. There's no place like home. Nestle into the sweetness. I'm almost getting a vibe off of that card of like someone's arms or someone's energy feeling like home. Could be around the full moon on this 16th, 15th, 16th. This is more recognition energy, bolstered by the divine discernment card, which is step back to find clarity. Yeah, it could be, I almost get this image of you like this is like a beacon, like a light going out to, it's almost like a homing beacon. Where you are is where it's at. Stay still until you are divinely moved. Mercury retrograde can often make us feel like we're stuck or like things aren't moving fast enough for us. But one of the things I really like about this energy at times is the pause that it gives us. And it's almost like throughout the year, it like builds in reflection periods, right? So that we don't just have it all jammed into New Year's Eve. According in Western teaching and whatnot. So, and Western teaching is gross in terms of the way that it's coming out there. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the time we celebrate, New Year's Eve. And it really is, it's not the only way to mark reflection periods or the year. So I think it's important to sink into this, I think it's important to sink into this time as a time to pull back before we move forward. But I feel like there's something you're calling to yourself, or something is calling you home, something like that. There's like this sense of home. I'm getting Hierophant energy off of this. Death. So we have the Muse of Pentacles, and then we have the Death card. Eight of Wands. I'm hearing like a moth to a flame. Again, this is why pauses are really important, right? This is why pausing is really important. Because we begin to see that. We begin to see where we're perhaps moving too quickly, but I think this transformation period is really, I'm hearing the song Collide by Ed Sheeran and the line, you bring me to life. You bring me to life. This could be a situation happening today, and so I have the Two of Cups, interesting, on that song. Just some soulmate energy on that. And then the song itself is about like, it's a romantic song. So it's a very sweet song. I like it because of just the way that it like reflects on, it's like this reflection on something long-standing, like a relationship where you're reflecting on all of the amazing times that you've had with your person, where you get into all of this amazing stuff. And it's just that looking back lovingly at like all of the happy memories and happy things, and having so many that what feels like a lot in a song, that they've had more than just that, which is the real sweetness of that energy. So 10 of Wands. So I'm going to move this over a little bit here. So we have the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Star, 9 of Pentacles. This is beautiful energy. This really does feel like you getting your wings here with something. Confidence, Page of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this is whatever's shifting in you is like moving forward fast, like yesterday fast. So we have the Muse of Pentacles and we have Death. So I almost feel like this is you going between 5D and 3D and beginning to navigate that beautifully. I feel like there's messages that are coming in about what to do next. This could also represent travel. Yeah, this could also represent travel. And I know that this is like the sun here, but I'm getting more Mars energy on this. So there could be something to do with Aries and the Mars energy that's active this month, that's like you're moving towards something related to love, like, um Mars and Venus. Yeah, something about that. I mean something good. I shouldn't just be like, man, something about that, No, no, it's like something actually, like it's good. Because the Two of Cups is here. So I feel like this is just like this beautiful recognition. I'm hearing last first kiss. Huh. That's cute. That's very sweet. Um, wow. I'm cupping my hand in my face because that's just freaking adorable. Um, yeah. So I feel like this, I mean, this could be a transformation of like you're getting information that's allowing you to, yeah, this like finding someone. This could be friendship. I mean, this card definitely, I don't know about what you do with your friends, but I do not do this with my friends. uh, we do not Spider Man hang out like that. But I think that this is, yeah, I don't even have special friends. Like, I just, but like, I think this energy here is, there's something that is meeting you on the path, right? I mean, my biggest issue in the past has been never knowing whether, like, when to act, like when to do something, because I make all these assumptions and I usually end up making a fool of myself. And some people might say that's a shadow you have to work through, and it's like, well, it is, but it's also just not knowing what things mean to people specifically, right? And my neurodivergence can provide hiccups and speed bumps along the way. And I feel like the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's this like fast movement towards something. So it could be that there's like an awareness that you have, and this could just be your mental state being transformed is really what I'm getting right now. Something about your mental state being transformed, and as a result that propels you forward. So you know what to do, right? There's a knowing of what to do. Two of Cups is also soulmate energy, and then Ten of Wands is like you're clearing you're putting down what isn't working. This could also be the Tower. If it's like an inconvenience that could become a tower if it's not tended to or cared for and really nurtured and done work with. So I think that this is potentially a little bit of taking on too much. Like it could be taking on too much energy. It could be taking on too much from other people. Um, I'm hearing checking our receptivity. Checking our receptivity. And I think this star is here, this beautiful healing energy. I think it's this wonderful healing energy that's allowing us to move forward. And it's really shining a light, right? There's a lot of shining the light. Like we see this, like shining the light, right? This is like healing light, though. So it's almost like heart healing, maybe that needed to take place. This is the protagonist energy, though, which is fantastic because it's just really, I think it's really beautiful, and quite integrated, right? There's crown chakra. I don't want to say awakening, but this is like information coming to you from the 5D and you're letting it in. And I think this is really helping you to move forward. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is showing up in the protagonist position. This is telling me, the story of this day and this week is that there are ways that there are things that we can't see when we are so focused on ourselves. And I think this could just be an energy of like a little bit lonely, right? Like at the Nine of Pentacles, it's pre-Empress energy, but because it's showing up in the protagonist, what I'm feeling on this is that it's like there's a little bit of loneliness, like you've done so much and now you want to bring love in, but there's this sense that like you don't know if you're going to find someone who's an equal partner here. Equal partner, Two of Cups, equal partnership. And I feel like that's what you're looking for. But there's some fear that we have to get past here, because the challenge is the Page of Cups. So this could be an offer that someone brings you. This could also relate to work, right? How we work with other people. The Page of Cups could be the offer, right? That could be the offer that sort of shifts things. And then, this is the challenge. And then the triumph is the Five of Pentacles, which tells me that we're really overcoming. And it's almost like meeting the hurt part of us that stopped us from loving, or stopped us from being vulnerable and opening up 10-10 all the time, to how much we really loved what we did, or how much we wanted to create from our heart center. And I think this is just opening up this beautiful, I'm hearing harvest. I don't know why harvest. This beautiful harvest of our energy, so that we can plant and replant. It's like it's going to really nourish you and feed you. The Fool is you taking the leap on something. So this is you taking a chance, maybe on love. This is you taking a chance on that vulnerability. And this can just be like, if you're at work and it's like showing how much you care about something. Because if you care about something deeply, then it means that someone can possibly take it away. And it's easy to forget what that looks like, specifically, in workplaces or on projects or with work and things like that. But I really like it, because there's a move towards vulnerability, and then it's like moving forward, right? Moving forward energy, and not moving on. Like, this is you taking on the world today. What fires you up? This is like, you moving forward and in a place of sincerity. So this is actually really beautiful. I'm going to clarify these, because that's how we do. I'm going to use the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot here. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective for May 11th? For this spread here, Spirit, what messages do you have? So on the Knight of Wands and the Fool, this is like very confident movement forward. You're moving forward on something, and you feel really good about it. Like, you feel really good about it. You feel solid. Yeah, you feel really solid on it. Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant were on the bottom in the split. Ace of Pentacles, Chariot, Five of Cups, Queen of Wands. Yeah, you feel really good. There's something new that's come your way, and you're taking a leap on this. And I'm getting the impression that the Chariot in this particular context, interesting. I'm hearing this like, it's coming for you. So whatever this is, it could be an opportunity. And it's not even like, it's not a threat so much as like, be ready. Like, are you ready? Right? Queen of Wands is this authentic, it's like oozing authenticity, and you're so passionate about whatever it is that you're focused on, right? Whatever it is you've got your sights set on, you're super passionate about it. You're ready to move forward. But this is also a reminder not to give away your power right now. So a reminder not to give away your power. And we do this sometimes through expectations. We do this through, through fantasy and things like that. And that can be really tough, because where does wishful thinking end and manifesting end? And then like building a fantasy of someone in our minds, like where do these things end and begin, right? And that's a lesson on boundaries, but that's also ways we can give away our power without realizing it. That's how we can give away our power without recognizing it. So the Muse, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely centered around your truth. Three of Swords as well. So we had the Muse of Pentacles, Death, Page of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So it's almost like a transformation of a feeling, it's sort of like this, seeing this, like we're moving past this way of seeing ourselves in relationships and, vulnerability in relationship to these things. And there's a sense of truth that we're learning about what we know versus what we see, right? What we know versus what we see. So sometimes we see things that we see things that hurt and all of this stuff, but there's this higher truth that you're starting to pay attention to, because there's 3D truth and then there's the 5D truth. And I think you're listening to this truth, and it's really helping, because a lot of the time, the things that we don't have, this is what we're working through with the Course in Miracles, right? We don't know what things fully mean until they mean something in the long term. So there's this like long view that we need to keep in mind. And I think that you're in that place. You're really in that place. So I think this is just a call to, like, this is, I feel like Spirit saying, like, keep that shit up. What additional messages do you have here on the High Priestess for me, Spirit, for my Creative Collective for May 11th? The Star, of course. Why wouldn't the Star be here? More healing. More healing. Yeah. I feel like your higher self is really talking to you right now. Your higher self is really talking to you, is very communicative with you right now. And that's where I get this, like, on the other star in this spread, there's energies coming through and there is communication, right? 8 of Wands, there is communication here. So it's just a matter of paying attention to it and recognizing it when it comes in. And I think this is also, the star is also about being unafraid of vulnerability. It's being unafraid to get vulnerable and share some of your emotions, to see emotional intimacy differently, right? To see emotional intimacy in a way that becomes a North Star, and to let those emotions be your guide, because you have protection from other sources of higher wisdom too, right? And I think it's a matter of remembering this. So Spirit, what messages do you have on this 8 of Wands and 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 2 of Cups again? Lots of reiteratory emphasis here. The 5 of Swords here in this particular way is really showing up as a sense of paying attention to not just what we've been wanting, but I think it's like not letting, like, the burden I think that we're releasing is feeling a bit manipulated. And that's maybe not left us trusting that a 2 of Cups is possible, or that it could show up in the way that is helpful and healing to us. So I think it's like healing that energy. And there's the 10 of Wands again. This is hilarious. Spirit is like, this is amazing. Yeah, this 10 of Wands energy is like loud. Whoops. This 10 of Wands energy is pretty loud. A lot of stuck energy. I think this is just a reminder that, like, there's a love consciousness, right? So the soulmate here, this is showing up as a person, or, situation, however you want to look at it up here. But then here I see it in the sense of, like, there's a love consciousness that we're bringing to behaviors that have existed in our lives that have really brought us down and left us feeling super stuck, and not behaviors of our own. These are the behaviors of other people. And I think that this could be a love awareness. This could be a love consciousness, something showing up in your world that is changing the way that you see love. It's changing the way that you see it showing up. It's opening up your perspective to the ways that it could be, that differ from the ways that it's been before, right? And I think it's important to contextualize all of this, as I regard this as a lot of noise around you and a person or a project. And I think it's important that if you stay focused on one another, the noise will fade out. If you stay focused on yourself and what your goals are and what you want to achieve with your heart, if you stay focused on this cup, the cup of the heart space, I feel like there's really nothing you can't do. That's the energy that I'm getting from this. There's nothing you can't do. 8 of Wands at the top here is like the unstoppable force. And I don't think there's an immovable object in your way when you make that your focus. Spirit, what messages do you have for this 2 of Cups and the Star for my daily creatives, please? Page of Swords, 3 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the Fool. And I think this is where that healing energy comes from here, right? Like, this is like a healing energy, focusing on the love consciousness that comes from your ability to love, yes, on the one hand, but this is also just the love consciousness that surrounds you at all times. But I think, again, this is a way that there's something that's very healing about either a connection coming in or knowledge that you have. Page of Swords, 3 of Cups, Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, the Fool. I'll see if I can show you the whole gang's here. I think that this is really like, there's a reason why you might not trust offers from people, because where you want to celebrate, there's also a part of you that recognizes these kind of Knight of Wands player figures that have come in and out, and that gets really exhausting over time, and it's made you maybe a little bit hesitant to take leaps, right? We see the Fool here again. So this is almost like a reminder. It's almost like a reminder to take leaps, and to not be held back, by stuff that's happened before. And again, like just focusing on what it is that you want and the energy of a connection that you have, be it to a person, to, to a partner, to a friend, to a family member, to whatever it is, right? Like 2020 on the time. 2020 vision. Yeah, that's how you're going to be able to see shit, is like letting the noise stay in the realm of noise where it's supposed to, not letting it come in and drown out the exchange that you're having with someone or experiencing with yourself in regards to something that you're working on. And noise can mean many different things. And I don't like the idea of relegating people to noise, because that flattens them and that really doesn't do justice to people. And I think it can get really harmful when we start to do that. Like, it's a very judgmental energy that doesn't feel great for anyone. But I think this is a way where, like, we need to understand and respect the fact that commitment isn't just about committing to a person, in the long run. I think it's also committing to closing the door on the noise that would get in between the two of you, or the multiples of you if you are polyamorous, or, getting into just in the way of you knowing what you really want, right? It's also about self-respect too. So 9 of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. When it comes to this energy of like feeling a little bit lonely, like the 9 of Pentacles is showing up in your protagonist energy, or your antagonist energy, sorry. And we have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 3 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. I think that you need to know that it's possible for what you really want to show up, but you have to give yourself enough time to manifest it in a way that is healing to you, that allows you to recognize the heartfelt offers when they come to your doorstep. This positive expectation is really important, right? But I think the Hangman is here, this Piscean energy, because it feels maybe not out of your grasp, but perhaps something that you feel is, it feels like it's elusive. Elusive, elusive, not Illusive. It's elusive with an E, because there's an aspect of this that's just maybe not like this, maybe is you scripting it this way for the first time, right? I'm getting some, there's tens here, and I feel like that's like the end of a cycle, the ending of cycles. Death is the incorporation of an ending and a beginning. So I feel like there's endings to cycles happening here. And I think you may have to, use your imagination a little bit when it comes to responding to offers from people, or offering to people from a place of loyalty, because you know what you want, right? So that is very, very wonderful. So I'm going to pull from the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection deck by Mike Dooley. So let's dive into that here. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective for May 11th, please? Thank you so much. Whoa, 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 whoa. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. So there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. I almost get this as being like that noise, right? So I will explain. Noise in terms of like the things that, we think that people care so much about what we're doing and us, that it can really, like, they're so wrapped up in their own stuff that chances are they're not thinking what you think they're thinking. Chances are they're thinking something much higher or better. But we get into this place where we get so busy and wrapped up in what's going on in our own minds about it, right? Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective? You were born with that it quality. You were born with that it quality. I think this is about remembering your worth. Do you want to know what's really beautiful? I'm reading from the back. Do you want to know what's really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what's really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what's really sexy? Not needing to be needed. And if still they don't notice your good looks, your strength, and your sachet, could you feel more sorry for them? Maybe it's less about, because this, I don't like the idea of pity on this, but I feel like it's like there's something about you that is standing out right now. And I think it's important to lean into that, to lean into it and trust it, because it's not about, I've been told so many times that by, being confident, it's like, it's a way of, you're conceited, you're narcissistic, you're all these things. And that's incidentally what narcissists will tell you when you're confident, because it means that you'll be able to see them very clearly, which is not good for them. So they have to like knock you off your game, right? Like that's how that works. But I feel like this is a reminder to step into that. This is a reminder to step into that and to do it fearlessly. Because there's a lot of new here, like the Fool, Ace of Pentacles. Like this is great energy. The High Priestess, the Star, the Two of Cups twice, the Star and the Fool twice. Like, damn. So two. Sometimes no is the most loving response, right? Sometimes we have to wait. It's okay. I have no patience. I have no patience. None whatsoever. In fact, so little that it's just, oh my gosh, it's bad. But I think that this is, no is the most loving response, is a reminder that patience also, like, it's like we need to get better boundaries with ourselves. That's what this means, right? So to relinquish control, I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. And that's definitely a response to that. Like, how do we do that? How do we step into a place of patience? Well, we go into a place of play, right? We go into a place of letting that vibe in and letting ourselves free in the process. So remember, you deserve to be free. You deserve that feeling of freedom. The present moment is everything this week, my friends. So this was your reading for May 11th, my daily creatives. If this resonated, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel and it helps me to continue to do this, which I really love to do. So thank you so much for joining me here. I'm very grateful. Whenever this finds you on the time-space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, I hope that it finds you very, very well, my friends. Take care and have a fantastic day.